So I've learned something on these Ford brakes, and now I remember back when I drove Dennis's Squire wagon. That's also a 69, I believe. It's got the same setup. When you brake extra gingerly, like really light, they'll make a wee bit of noise. Of course, there. I'm barely touching the pedal. But when you brake a little more aggressive and consistently, nice and quiet. Part of that is the pad. See, that's gingerly. Made a little noise. A little more on it. Silent. And that's because those pads, the outers, with the pin that goes through them, if you look at the pad itself in relation to the size of the pin, there's quite a bit of, the pin's about yay and the hole's about yay. So even though they have those retainer clips, when you barely engage the brakes or brake really lightly, they're not getting clamped down by the caliper. It's not pulling it all the way tight against the rotor, so it's touching, but it's doing this. So that's where a bit of the noise is coming from, because the pad actually is vibrating, which it's a design flaw, but the GMs do it too. Like the big ones on the Cadillac, they'll do it too. They just don't do it as bad because the slider pins are bushed with rubber, and the rubber absorbs that. That's why we don't get noise out of those. But we take all the rubber out of those calipers on like the race cars where we have to run those. And when you brake gingerly, like through the pins, loading it on the trailer, they make a little bit of that noise too. Okay, I braked moderately there and we were dead silent.